everybody, and welcome to Ask the Answers podcast with myself, Adele. And on today's show, she is back. We have the lovely Hana joining us today. Hi, Hana.
Hi, Adele. How are you?
Very well. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you. After all healing, all retrogrades. Oh dear.
Oh, I know. Yes, that Mercury retrograde was happening the last time we spoke to one another, causing havoc in the technical side of things, but also travel plans and communication was all over the place with lots of people when we were having that last chat.
Oh yes, and it was the one of the moons. Which one is the as well? Big full blue moon.
Yeah,
If I'm not mistaken now, because
yeah.
I just talking with the moon, and I don't care what color it is.
But no, I remember that because lots of people in my classes were feeling quite overwhelmed and quite sensitive around that time that we last spoke.
Yeah,
And this is something
because
we're going to carry on talking about today, aren't we, Hannah? Talking a little bit
yeah,
about people picking up on people's emotions and sensitivity and being an empath, because it is an important role as a psychic, but there's also many ways that people can protect themselves. So first of all, let's have a little chat about what an empath is.
So basically, empath, what it is very sensitive in energies. It's not just like, oh, if you talk about something and person saying, oh, I know how you feel, I know I was there. And no, the empaths, specifically spiritual empaths, they know everything. They feel that energy. They
Mm-hmm.
know what you went through without telling them.
Right.
So they read your energy straight away. And if you come upset and to me and be like, why you feel Adele like this? Are
Mm.
you okay? And I'm not asking without reason. All my friends, they know they can't lie to me. And I was like, what is buggering you? So my kids, they know that. And when they was I think when my youngest one was in primary school, one day he came home, he was fine, and I was look at him and I was like, what happened today in school? He's looked at me like this. How do you know?
Yeah. Have you been watching me? Mm.
Yeah, they told what I'm watching them because my oldest one said, well, mum, she got a CCTV in the school. So she
A remote one.
Oh yes, but is basically what you feel is not just with the kids that work with the people who you don't know. Sometimes in the street, people coming to you and talking, and you'll be like, I know what is bothering you.
Yeah. I mean, I sometimes get it when people are telling their stories or telling you something. I can get really emotional, and I'm like, why am I getting emotional? It's not my story. It's not me that's gone through it. And I almost feel a little bit guilty sometimes. I'm crying and they're not. I'm like, I'm really crying because I can really feel it, but I don't want to show it. So I find, and sometimes I'm trying to like rein it in. It could be
Yeah,
even watching TV, or it could be anything. If someone's telling me
yes,
something, I get really overwhelmed. I'm like, as if I'm really feeling it with them.
yes, because that's why, because you empath as well, you're not just like sensitive person,
Mm.
because you going through that emotion what person going through.
Yeah.
It's like even in very sad situations where maybe someone lost someone, loved one, and or even little animal, which one we count as the family members,
Yeah.
spoiling them and all that stuff. So you going through that as well, and you
Mm.
feel, and that's why you feel, well, but this is not your emotion. So spiritual empaths, they know, they recognize that energy, they let that through and let it go. But sometimes there's just little bits like crumbs left, and we bottling that up,
Mm.
and that's how we feel feeling sick or something happening, and we need to do healing work.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And
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 it's just like,
how do we go into that? So if people are feeling that is impacting them daily or quite often, how do they start to protect themselves from picking up on people's emotions and their worries and concerns or stress or whatever it might be? They feel that they're really taking it on, even as a reader, or it could even be someone as a carer, or even just
yeah.
someone around somebody a lot that they're picking up that energy on.
So yeah, it's basically, I think I was mentioning it before in last recording, but it just creates 3D bubble around yourself before you leaving the house or before you start to talk with any person. So you just working with your mind, and so that is just simple. So you don't need any stuff by or something like that. Or you can put the circle, imagine where you're in the circle and no one can get in that circle. But if you want to buy something, yes, you can buy some crystals. You can buy amethyst is really good. Which one
Ooh,
I got? Raw one.
one I prepared earlier. That is
Yeah.
best.
So you protected. So
Ah.
yeah. It's very good at labradorite as well. It's kind of peacock labradorite. I was buying that.
That's
I would
lovely.
say,
Oh, that used to
yeah,
be my
you,
favourite. I remember I used to always have that, like in my sort of 20s. I used to always have that type of crystal with me.
yeah. And this one is the palm one. So I always, when doing readings, I always just like taking that in my. Just I'm doing that. But what else? It's smoky quartz as well. It's very good one. If you can see,
Oh,
you
yeah,
got that one as well.
I'm just looking to see what have I got because I do massages, so I always have
Yeah,
crystals around me when I'm doing massages.
you,
Oh no, I haven't got a smoky one. No, that must be in my house. But yeah,
yeah. So what is good is black tourmaline as well. So
Mhm.
usually they sell as raw. So yeah, it's it's very good. So you can just have in your pocket or some ladies putting somewhere hiding.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that
yeah.
is good. Yeah, you can have a bracelet, you can have a necklace, it doesn't matter.
Mhm.
But usually what I recommend when empaths, specifically ladies, they pregnant, is
Yeah.
best what to do, just put the red string around belly.
Hmm.
So that is protecting the baby energy.
Oh,
And you can hide that under clothes so no one gonna see and not gonna ask like crazy stuff. Why is that shrink on your belly?
yeah. And like, I mean, like now, for instance, we're talking about the crystals.
Yeah,
Often people say, well, when they go to buy a crystal, that crystal will choose you. You go for the one that you're drawn to at that time. Do you
yeah.
believe in
Oh yes, definitely. But I like all of them, and I've been drawn to all of them. I got
that?
I
Because
got
today
plenty of
I picked up the is it oh,
hematite.
that's the one, yeah. What does that one represent? Because I seem drawn to that one today.
So basically, this one represents for grounding as well,
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah.
is very good for protection, and is good for money as well.
Oh, nice.
Prosperity.
Nice and
Yeah.
warm in my hands.
Yeah, rose quartz very good for not just like for love, like
Mhm.
most of the spells on internet saying but you need to have rose quartz. It's very good for self-love. Um when you feel low, maybe that
Yeah,
is very good to boost your like thinking about yourself. Where you better need to start to, love yourself, care for
yeah.
yourself as we're rushing in this life. Modern life is
Yeah.
very like fast pace. So yeah.
Okay, what about like energy wise? Because obviously, as I mentioned, I've got a bit of a chesty cold at the moment. But lots of people have got colds. It's that time of year where we're all picking up
Yeah.
lovely germs. Any crystals that can protect us with that? Anything that can help us with our energy levels or clear away any sort of negativity in that respect.
So basically most of the what we mentioned, it smoky quartz,
Okay,
that all labradorite, amethyst is best one, I would say.
amethyst. Okay,
Is
good.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so if you have any bracelet or
Yes.
little necklace, so that is easier one.
Mm.
Um, Another thing is not like crystal, but if you don't want to absorb any energy or you're afraid for someone gonna send to you bad energy,
Yeah.
just wear
Yeah.
something similar to this one. So he's got like mirroring back.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. So it's gonna just bounce back
Mm,
all that energy. So,
perfect.
and of course, it's the most important. Don't take that.
Yeah.
Just believe everything is there. Just
It was
believe when they can't do nothing.
it was funny today because I spoke to my friend to say she's got a birthday party, well, it's an engagement party this Saturday, and
Yeah.
I rang her today to say, just so you are aware, I am feeling a bit under the weather. I've got a bit of a chesty cold, so I'm not too sure if I'm going to make it or not because I didn't want to disappoint her. But you know,
Mhm.
that's fine. Don't worry. I know it's that time of year where people are getting a little bit poorly. And she went, without disrespect, I am an empath, so I'm just going to send that back through the phone waves, back to you, love and peace. And I was like, what? She did make me laugh when she said it.
Yeah, that's the thing because they usually empaths they know what they empath
Yeah,
and it's just like because when you're going in in big supermarket or like big shop, you feel like you've been squeezed. It's too much
yeah,
noise, too much people. Even though they're not very close to you, you can't breathe. It's just
yeah.
like you feel like, oh, I'm agitated, angry, and rushing, and just like,
Yeah.
I'm
I,
trying to get out.
I very rarely get poorly. I think this is the only time I can remember this year being poorly, and I wouldn't even say that I'm that poorly. It's just a bit of a chest cold, but I'm generally quite protected. But literally, the last few weeks, I've done loads of catching up with like big crowds of people. Obviously, that time
Yeah,
of year as well, socializing. You get to see people like once or twice a year, and it's that sort of few weeks that I have where I'm catching up with people. So even more so important if people
yeah,
are catching up over the festive period to protect themselves, make sure they're getting the vitamins in, make sure they got their their crystals around them, they're visualizing protection
yeah,
when they go everywhere, because we're out and about, we're all busy, Christmas shopping,
yeah,
whatever it might be. It can be that run up to Christmas can be
yeah.
a time where people can get a little bit poorly and unwell.
Yeah, that's true because that's why when you take the crystal, let's say you take the amethyst, yeah, you
Mm-hmm.
carry on with him all the time around. But when you're coming home, you just hold that crystal and just put that all energy in.
Mm-hmm.
What one the crystal in specific is very good is selenite.
Oh yeah. Oh, I used to
Yeah.
have that. Yes. Blue. This one? Is that the one
So
you're on about? No, it's not. No, it's not this
no,
one. No,
that is clear quartz.
it's like one you can't get wet, isn't it?
Yeah. That's
Oh, I
the
used to
one.
have one. Yes, I have got a big one of those. Wait, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. This used to be my favourite one when I used to present on a different show. This was my favourite one, but I have neglected it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo, woo.
Yeah, almost similar.
It's like snap. What can I match up with?
So this one is cleaning all energy, all doesn't matter. Is the good, is bad, it doesn't matter. So then you want to clean your crystals or cards, even
Yeah,
or any stuff. Just pop the selenite on or in the dish, whatever you keeping your crystals
yeah.
or stuff. And it's gonna clean around him as well. He's cleaning himself. He doesn't need to be clean.
Okay,
So that
that's
is
good.
very good.
Yeah, because
You
I
don't
haven't.
need.
If I'm honest, I haven't cleansed my crystals for a long time, which is probably why
Oh,
I'm picking up
oh,
about it.
naughty, naughty.
Give me some tips. How can we cleanse them? I know the moon energy is great for cleansing, but what other things can I do to cleanse the crystals?
Running water,
Yeah,
salty water. Well, of course, just not selenite.
yeah,
So you just like we living in the houses in the flats. We don't live by rivers and all that
yeah.
stuff like it was before, long
Mm-hmm.
time ago.
Mm-hmm.
So you just open the tap, run through the cold water, and imagine with that all energy is going down and
Yeah,
whatever far away.
right.
That's it.
I'm gonna do that.
Recharge them with the sunlight.
Okay.
Well, of course, we don't get too much sun now.
A little bit that we have. Yes, I need to get back on it. I was really into my crystals, for many years, and then I've just had them
Yeah,
around for decoration, and I've sort of, like I said, I haven't neglected them, so I do need to cleanse them and bring that energy back in. I mean, I'm in
yeah,
that phase at the minute. I said to my husband the other day, I just still see so much mess around the house. I still need to cleanse and clear before the new year. I hate going into the new year with clutter and it's mainly just clothes and shoes, and we just need to get organized. So I've ordered a skip. I'm going to clear loads of stuff out and then charge those crystals out, or charge those crystals up, and then I'm good to go.
Then there's another one I just remembered. One is pre-Baltic. I think it's called Baltic or pre-Baltic amber.
Okay.
So basically, it's not very rare in those little countries there, but it's quite expensive. Don't know why, to be honest. Because when back in my country, we have everything with the amber. It's like tradition. All the that all cities like. They celebrating the city years and all that, like 500 700 years. And I was one of the dancers who is traditionally dancing, so we got all that crowns and everything with the amber. Oh my god. So it's a bit yellowish. It's quite more like orangey, so you can buy like
is that what they use for kids when they're teething? Is that the one they use? No, it's a different one.
No.
There's a crystal that they use for children when they're teething, when they're babies, and their necklaces that they have around them. I can't remember what that is now. But so no, not amber.
Yeah, but that one is quite popular in Europe. So I got some bits because one of the bracelets was broken when my family came back, and I was like, oh, that's fine. I'm gonna use it.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, because we got for the animals, we got a cat and we got a dog. So they scratching or they trying to play, and they broken easily. So I was like, okay, you don't need to. I need that one. I'm gonna use it. So but that is very good for everything, and for cleansing and for protection, for everything. And it's just like, but mostly you need to have a look which one is crystal helps you, because maybe for me is amethyst, maybe for you is the peacock labradorite, or what is best I see is hematite. Not everyone can handle because it's quite strong, very strong. So sometimes when I speak,
I love tiger's eye. Tiger's eye used to be my favorite.
Oh yeah, that one is very good one as well.
My son's got that one now. He took that one from me.
Yeah, because he feels like that one is good one for him. But why pay attention? What hematite is so strong, but sometimes when I speak with the spiritual community, some people they're like, "Oh, I got a headache. What is wrong with me?" And I was like, "Oops, sorry."
Okay.
So yeah, it's mean. Another one of my friends, she knows, but sometimes I use that. So I just putting some crystals on the table, then started talking, and she was like, "Oh, you got your hematite there?" I was like, "Oh, sorry, I forgot."
How funny that she can pick that up. Wow. So, even things like we mentioned there about people being empaths, about visualizing a bubble around them. So it can be as simple as that, a visualization or doing meditations, working with the crystals. All these things are going to enhance and protect somebody.
So, well, it's just basically in every book, wherever you start and go on spiritual path, it's going to be writing, oh, you need that. Oh, you need that. But you can't buy everything on the beginning of the path, and you don't know everything. So it's just what is works for you. Obviously, you can put the salt circle around you and then go outside, or you can put some salt in your pocket. So that again, maybe that is gonna help for you. Maybe
I might
you're
have a
gonna put
salt bath later and put all my crystals in there. Can I bath with my crystals, or is that a no-no?
You can, but don't bath.
Not with the selenite. That would dissolve.
He's not gonna dissolve straight away, but he's gonna start to go bits by bits.
We don't want that. We don't want that. This is beautiful. This always reminds me of something like, I don't know if you ever watched Supergirl.
Yeah,
it always reminds me of Supergirl, like the selenite, that sort of bubble and that crystal energy that she was around.
Yeah. I know. It's just like, but yeah, but it's just, it doesn't mean, but you know, you can do all that rituals and you can take all your crystals with yourself, but
Mm,
you need to have a look and check what is working for you.
mm,
Because that's what I said, is we all totally different people. Our energy is different, we working different. And it's just sometimes it's just little rock from the street, which one it looks so nice. Maybe it's gonna be your like a talisman, like
yeah,
lucky thing, lucky charm.
yeah, yeah,
So
absolutely.
you never know.
So we're talking about, empath and being sensitive and protection. We talk a lot about how psychics are healers. Are all psychics healers?
A must,
Hmm.
must. Not everyone, but must, because I can't imagine how a psychic can't be the empath, because they all feel the emotions. That's why sometimes they cry. That's why they're going like, "Oh, I'm so happy." I do that a lot. I was like,
Hmm.
"Oh, I'm so happy for you
Yeah.
guys." It's just like that all happiness coming because you're going through that emotion, what is gonna come,
Mm,
or what was happening. And it's same with the healing, because the person coming to you and you talking, your voice, you listening and your voice is healing,
mm,
because you don't go to psychic which one is gonna be shouting on you or being rude. Obviously you'd be like, what? It's just,
mm, mm.
you don't like that person because of the energy.
Yeah,
But most of the psychics, they are going through that, the calm.
yeah.
So it's just, yeah, sometimes we got emotions, but it's just like that emotion acceptable. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's why most of psychic is healers.
And are there different levels of being a healer?
Yes, it is.
Mm,
Um, I'm not specific in my healing, but I know what my friends and on my TikTok people coming because they like the whatever how I put the everything on my table, because I know how to calm emotions. I don't know
mm,
why. I was just thinking, okay, this one I'm gonna put this way,
mm.
and I put in specific music and people like that. But I'm not doing healing as the like professionally.
Yeah.
As for me it's
You're a
gonna take
natural
too
healer.
much. Pardon?
You're a natural healer.
Yes, I
Yeah.
am, but I don't do the like private ones or something
And
like
the
that, because that is take.
Reiki side and those sort of.
Yes, because that is quite a lot. It is some stages. It is, you need to finish the courses to know
Yeah.
how to heal.
Hmm.
Um, I did the courses with the healing, like distance healing. So that's why, where is my voice working? So I know how to start, how to do the healings, how to finish that healing process in the session, but I don't do specifically because it is some chakras, which one it's more best to touch with specific crystals.
Yeah.
So yeah, you
Yeah, I
saw
get you.
like people laying on the table and the healer
Yes.
putting some crystals on specific dots. So yeah.
Yeah. It's
Hmm.
fascinating, isn't it? It's interesting all the different ways that a psychic can work and offer that not just guidance and insight, but also that healing side of things as well. Because it's all well if there's a new job or a new relationship coming your way, but if you're not physically ready for it, emotionally ready for
Yeah.
it, then it could pass you by, or it might not work out for you. So making sure that body wise, emotionally, and everything that we are
Yeah.
in tune and we're all sorted out is a major part of a psychic reading. That self development, that awareness, and how can we be a better person, a better version of ourselves.
So, in first place, you need to recognize whatever is coming your way, you can't change. You can't run away from your life. You can't run away from some situations because they must happen. Some lessons we need to take, but sometimes we are lessons for others. It doesn't matter whatever situation is happens in your life, even really bad one, and that has hurt you really a lot. But if you release that and you saying, okay, that's fine, that happens, you're not gonna go in back in the past and you can't change it. So that's how you need to realize, well, whatever you're accepting, whatever is coming your way, that must happen. It
Yeah.
was the situation not very long time ago. I was in hospital. I said to Emma, and um, because I was self-love forgot, and I need to push back with all readings, with social media, everything. I just went in hospital and I didn't answer to anyone.
Yeah.
People told, well, I blocked them,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I got one my close friends, and I just messaged her, can you text everyone? Well, I can't. I need to step back now for
Yeah.
5 days. Don't know
Mm.
why I just said for 5 days, but
That was given to you. Yeah.
but
No.
that was like, you just close off
Yeah.
yourself. You step back and you realize, well, you forgot something. You care about everyone. You're giving yourself, your energy, your time,
Mm.
and that's it. But you
Yeah.
need to think about yourself first.
Yeah.
But it's always gonna be urge to learn something and develop something. Is something gonna pop up if you start to read cards? It doesn't mean well you can't do anything else.
Mm.
Maybe it's healing coming up for you. Maybe you're gonna start to heal. Maybe you're gonna start to do Reiki. Maybe you're gonna start to do a psychic readings as well. It's just a lot of things, and it's never gonna be end of that. There's
Yeah.
never
I
gonna
love
be end, and there's
that.
never
Always
enough of.
just in life, there's always something to learn, isn't it? But I like what you
Mm,
said there, because um, sometimes we do forget to take care of ourselves, and we are so busy trying to please other people. And we always, well, not always, we do start to learn eventually, but often we are yes people, and we won't say no because we don't want to let people down. And I'm very much like that as well. And maybe, again, me getting a bit of a chest cold is a way of someone pulling that rug from beneath me, saying, look, you need to slow down a bit. And to be fair, today, before I've done these podcasts, I had to go and take the animals out for walks and all this sort of thing. But I actually made sure today I had an hour's sleep before I
mhm.
came into work today. I thought, I
Oh,
never have a nap. I never stop. And from the moment I wake up, I'm go work and stuff like that. But I thought, no, my body's saying I need to rest. So I took myself off. I had an hour rest. I do feel a lot better for that. Just recharge myself. Speaking to
yeah.
you today, holding these crystals, I feel a better energy already around me. And I think it's so important to take a step back, even if it's for an
Yeah,
hour, or you can, put to one side, or if you can take off a few days, brilliant. But obviously not all of us can do that. But
yeah.
just taking a little bit of time just to stop, pause, rest,
Oh,
and
yes.
ourselves. Yeah.
Yeah, and don't forget grounding as well.
Yeah.
You done that already. You went with the dogs out, and that
Yeah.
was your grounding, because the
Mhm.
nature is doing amazing things. I never been nature person, but when I was growing, we always been outside.
Yeah.
We was
Yeah. Of course.
playing outside.
Yeah, we didn't have
But
all these toys and technical stuff and computers that everyone has
yeah,
these days. You would be out playing hopscotch, or, getting dirty in the mud, or climbing trees and all of that.
yeah, ripping your clothes, and then mom, she was like, "Okay, now we're gonna." Yeah.
Yeah, you don't get to
Um.
see that as much now. That's why I love being in the country with my children, because me and my husband met in the city. We moved to the city, and then as the children and with my second child, we moved to the country, and I love it because we're always doing dog walks. We're always going to the
Mhm.
country. Might go to the country pub by the fire, and it's
Yeah.
just. Yeah, it's just a nice way of living, but also then you don't want them to be too blindsided by actually the real world of
Yeah.
how sometimes it can be a little bit scary and not nice people. And I do
Yeah.
try to educate them a little bit on that as well, because when we take a trip to London, sometimes
Mhm.
my daughter can get a little bit overwhelmed by it, because there's so many
Yeah.
lots of people, all different
Yeah.
cultures, all wearing sometimes wacky clothes, and like, whoa, what's going on here?
Yeah. It's a lot in there. There's a lot
Yeah,
going
yeah,
on
and
in
they're
there.
very sheltered where they are now. They're very protected where they are, which is great. But also,
Mm.
it's important for them to know that there is much more than just where they are at the moment, and
Oh
just to
yeah,
be. I mean, a
definitely.
good example of this actually, the other day was when we went into London. My son does
Mhm.
boxing, and we went to this boxing event. And it was really sad, really, because we went into this boxing event to watch my son, and there's
Hmm.
security guards on the door, and they said to us, "You can't take your food in." And it was literally just 2 bags of sweets that my daughter had literally just purchased. We just got
Yeah,
for her to take in to watch while she was watching her brother. And they said, "You can't take this in." I said, "Okay, well, if we leave them there, it's all right if we come back them in a bit when we have a little break." And they said, "Yeah, no problem." And I literally, as I walked through the door, I turned around and saw the security guard put them in their pocket in a split second. And I turned around and said, "Oh, we're coming back for those." And they went,
mm,
"Oh, I was just moving them to a safe place." And I went, "Right,
yeah,
okay, we'll be back in a minute." Anyway, we watched a little bit of boxing, and my daughter said, "Can we go back and get the sweets, please, mummy?" Because I think she was worried about them. So I said, "Yeah,
yeah.
fine." Went back again to go and get the sweets, and they weren't there. And I said, "Where are the sweets? Like, we've only been like 5, 10 minutes." "Oh, I don't know. The
Yes.
cleaner must have swept them up." And then we looked to the side, and I saw her sweets had been opened, and the security guards were eating them. And I said,
Oh,
"No, they're her sweets there." And they said, "No, no, we bought those." I went, "What? A 50-year-old man buys sour sweets, fizzy sweets?" I said, "I don't think so." I said, "That's really rude and really out of order." And then
oh,
my daughter, her face was like she couldn't believe that an adult would be so deceitful and lie. And that's the
mm,
first time I said, they're so protected here. She hasn't actually seen that. She believes you can trust all adults, that there is a safe place to be able to turn. And it was a big
yeah.
lesson for her to know actually you can't always trust people and you can't always trust
No,
adults,
yeah,
and it was a
that's
bit of a
true.
lesson for her to learn at a very young age. Luckily, it was only a
Yeah.
little minor thing, but it was just the fact it was in the middle of an afternoon. These were grown ups. They're security guards who you think are going to protect you. And in fact, they had
Oh,
no morals. They just took the kids' sweets and thought that was okay.
but that is so selfish. That's so
Isn't it?
selfish.
It was
It's
just
very
unbelievable.
naughty.
Yeah,
I think,
unbelievable.
yeah, some people they just use their own power, it's
Yeah.
just to it's maybe I think maybe they feel like growing or stronger, or they showing what I am the boss here, I can
Yeah.
tell you the things. But I know what most of them they got some was knock everything out.
No.
They got something happening in them life why they feel this way,
Yeah.
but usually they not feel that confident. If you start to speak with the person like this, and they still gonna pretend, but in a few minutes they're just going, you can see, but they releasing them shoulders, and they
Mm.
start to talk calm, and then everything coming out, and it was like, okay, well, I got another session now.
Yeah. And I get
And
that.
then
And that's what about being a psychic is being non-judgmental, isn't it? And it is about,
Mhm,
accepting that person for them to feel that they can come to a safe place. Because
mhm.
yes, people do get it wrong. People do have bad upbringings that makes them, behave in the way that they are.
Yeah.
I was a Samaritan for many years, and again,
Mhm.
a very non-judgmental um, charity to be able to help people in situations. And sometimes, people would come through and they would start with this big facade and who they were and what they did and all that sort of thing. But then peeling back all the onions, it would come down to the fact that they'd had a very traumatic childhood themselves and
Yeah.
then carried on that behavior into their adult life. And yes, it doesn't mean that it is right or it's acceptable what some of
Mhm.
them done. And of course, many people end up in prison for what they've done. But some people do have a very sad upbringing that leads them to where they are today. And some people can move away from that and make a better life and
Yeah.
become a better person. And some people, it's gone too far and they haven't got that support or the network around them for them to be able to do that. So being a psychic, as I was just saying, again, is where you just have to be non-judgmental and at that time just
Oh,
be
yeah.
with that person. Yeah.
Yeah, you just need to realize uh actually this is all energies, is not yours, and whatever you're going through sometimes it's just like it doesn't mean what you going through it because of something,
Yeah.
like, oh, this is my lesson. And no, sometimes you just going because to teach or be lesson for someone. As
Mm,
the like example, let's say we know that all stories, like someone adopt child from the street, or even the kitten, or maybe little puppy or something
mm,
like that. That is the lesson where person open up to care for something,
mm,
care for someone. I know a lot stories actually from my life, or it's personal life, when the gang members.
Hmm.
They very big thing, isn't it? But
Yeah,
and everyone is scared. But they found the kitten. And,
yeah,
but look, how is meowing? And you be like,
yeah,
you can't imagine, but that person got that so much love for that
yeah,
little animal.
yeah, yeah.
But
Exactly.
because we know when we love our animals, that is normal. But when person like that is coming, look, or like they start to talk about the kids, you can
Yeah, you
see
start to
what
see.
was spark. Yeah.
Yeah,
So that is the lesson. But sometimes need to open up and
yeah.
show your love and care
And that
because
vulnerability, absolutely, and
yeah.
work through what you've gone through. And for some people, like I said, they can do that. Some people, they're just a closed book, and it'll always be remains closed. But for those that do listen to the podcast, that think, well, actually, I've had a very traumatic, life so far, or I've had many challenges. Some people are scared to open up because they think they're going to open
Mhm.
up the floodgates, and if
Yeah.
they are, in a high position, whether they're a parent or whether they're a boss or whether they got to work, they might not want to open those floodgates because they don't know if it's ever going to stop all that emotion coming out.
Oh
But
yeah.
but I'm sure you've spoken to many people again who have made that step to opening up
Mhm.
and dealing with what they've gone through to hopefully heal in some way.
Yeah. Well, as our people who's calling to us, they know what everything is confidential, and we're not gonna. We like some of the psychologists. We can't say anything to anyone, and
Mm,
this is what we do. We listening first. What is the like biggest important thing in the person's life going on? But sometimes you receiving the messages like psychics, they receive the messages, they see what person went through.
mm,
Yes, I got quite a few people where I said myself, oh dear, I said what you went through that was really bad.
yeah,
And you straight away feel when person trying to open up or they don't want to, but you just like push the buttons which one are by accident,
mm,
they opening that gate is don't need to afraid of that emotion because you're gonna heal from that. We
yeah,
don't need to carry on that baggage, angriness, upset feelings, or like blaming someone because that is life. And
mm,
yeah, is a lot people went through a lot trauma. And my friends, they don't know why I went through.
mm,
They know just bits, but they don't
yeah,
know
yeah,
whole story. And I told what I need to tell one day, just to one, just to show what I open up. But I
yeah,
don't want to put them, it was quite a lot.
right,
So to be fair, I don't want to put that, what they got on the mind, like,
yeah,
oh, I
yeah,
need
yeah,
to be careful. I need to don't say this, don't. No, I'm just like, that is the past. You
yeah.
can't change nothing.
So
But
you
it
you
was hard.
you found a way of healing and dealing with your past in your own way, and you feel that that's been enough for you.
Well, it was a lot healing because it was a lot situations, and healing is not just like okay, I'm releasing and that's it.
And
No, it's
forgiveness.
the I know, yeah.
Yeah,
No, it doesn't work like that.
yeah,
Healing is like you need to think about that situation. You need to uh put your mind straight, but you can't change nothing.
no.
And
Sometimes we might not ever understand it.
yeah, and when you reach that stage, when you think about that situation, whatever happens, and you don't have nothing feelings from the feelings like, or you angry, or you upset, or you blaming, is
Yeah,
no emotions at all, then is mean what you healed.
yeah,
Then you can be happy where you healed. Because
mm,
it doesn't mean where you try to do that once. It could be you can try 10 times or 100 times. Because not everyone just boom and they done in one time and like, oh yeah, I healed.
no, yeah. It's a process.
Yeah, it is. And that's what where is the empathy is switching on because you understand how this person when they went through them situation, how they feel. Because
Yeah,
most of the situations where I went in my life, people they've been drawn with similar situations to me.
hmm, hmm,
And and I know exactly what I'm talking about when I'm saying, oh, I feel like I lost something. And then, did you lost some loved one? Did you done this one? Did you done that one? It
Yeah.
was once actually. I done the live on TikTok, and I was 1 hour on, and I was keep saying I got a young guy. I said the age. I think it was 19 or something like that. That was happening about 2 or 3 years ago, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And keep saying that. And I said, I see the lady sitting and crying. So I think this is her son. And I keep repeating that message. And I said, I need that lady to speak with me. It was about the 50 or more than that people in the room on there, and everyone asking for a message. Obviously, I keep doing the readings, but keep repeating that message. And almost on the end of that hour, I got that lady in,
Mm-hmm.
and she was like, I think you're talking about me. And yes, I passed the message. I said what she expected to say, and she was sobbing, she was crying, and I was starting crying. I said, "Don't."
Oh,
I didn't knew it was she's crying, but I said, "You know what?" And I was keep cleaning my eyes and drying. I was like, "Don't cry because I can't carry on with the message." And she
oh.
was like, "I can't stop,"
Yeah,
because
yeah,
as soon as you start to talk, she
of
was like,
course.
I start to cry.
Yeah.
And I described the room, I described how she's sitting, I described everything. And she said,
Oh,
"Yeah, this is my firstborn."
wow, incredible.
Yeah, yeah.
I
But
mean,
at least I passed message, so
yeah,
yeah.
it's amazing. Again, and that is why what it's all about, isn't it? And that's what your job is so worthwhile, because connecting with people and giving them those messages, and it's just for somebody to get that is such a relief. It's such a beautiful thing to experience. It can be very emotional as well, because it catches you off guard, and sometimes it's very
Oh, yes.
overwhelming. But a lovely special message, I'm sure, for them. Well, it's been lovely catching up with you today.
Oh,
And it's been nice to find out all about crystals and healing and empaths and how to protect ourselves. So I think we're fully equipped now for these winter months with everything we need to be aware of and how to look after ourselves. But if they're not, they can always come through and speak to you on the phone lines, couldn't they?
oh, yes, they can. They can.
Do you know what your PIN number is, Hannah? Because I haven't got it at hand. Have you got yours there?
Oh, yeah, it's 700641.
Perfect. So you can speak to Hannah on Artie Answers phone lines. But Hannah, it's been lovely speaking today. Thank you so much. I look forward to catching up with you again in the future. And if I don't speak to you before Christmas, have a lovely Christmas.
And you too. Thank you very much, Adele.
Take care. Lots of love.
Bye.